Hey guys, welcome to another video. So back at it again, doing some off-season prep on the Miata. So today we're going to, I guess, do a little bit more work on prepping the chassis and get it cleaned up and get the last little things kind of situated on it. And then I think we're gonna try to make a mount for our new heater fan setup. All right, so now I've done like a rough vacuuming again. This is what I'm kind of working with now. So I have a Mega Squirt MS3, the 3X, that's more or less just been kind of chilling in here. Let me zoom out a bit. More or less been chilling down here behind, I guess the Miatas have this plate where the ECU sits. So it just kind of sat back here. Not really the cleanest setup, and so now that we're basically not going to have the OEM blower motor in here, and we're not going to have the evap core that would take up all this space, I think I'm going to try to build something so that it houses this the Mega Squirt and the new fan setup back here. I'm not really sure what it's going to look like quite yet, but I think I can make it pretty trick. So we have all of our OEM fan wiring here. I think I'm going to be able to rig something so that all the OEM fan wiring still works. But I'll guess we'll see. Here, let me, I guess I'll show you what I've got for the new fan setup. Okay, so this is essentially what our new fan setup is going to be. So this is a spare heater core blend door thing. So basically what you see right there in the Miata. So I've got one from an old part out car that's been sitting over here. So I've 3D printed this adapter to a 4-inch duct hose, so I can pop that guy in here. Okay, well, imagine that it's on there pretty good, because it doesn't feel like it's on there pretty good. And then I've got this chill out 285 CFM fan that we're gonna run basically some 4-inch duct to that. And so I'm hoping I can plug this in just like our like OEM blower motor is, and so I'd still be able to get variable speed out of here, so I can have, you know, still have 4 speeds of fan. So that would be pretty cool. I just need to find a way of mounting the blower motor resistor in the Airstream so it doesn't overheat or anything. May even reprint this guy with a mount on it for the blower motor resistor. But for now, I need to find a way to mount this guy, probably along with the ECU, tucked up under the dash. So I guess I'm gonna just go to town and try to figure something out, and I'll show you guys what I end up coming up with. It's probably not going to be pretty, but we'll see. All right, so quick update. So I was trying to figure out a place to put this kind of up against the back here, but there really isn't a good spot for it because of how the harness runs, having to put this like step in to make sure the carpet sits good. And then all of these attachment points are at different depths. So basically there wouldn't be anything that would be really smooth. So I think leaving it kind of trapped underneath that panel down here is probably the best that we're going to be able to do as far as cleanly doing it. You know, it'll be covered and you won't be able to see it, and it'll be away, so you're not going to have people's feet hitting it and stuff. But what I was able to do is I made this really ugly bracket here. So it attaches up there and at the bottom. These are where the original fan mounts to. And then I'm gonna take this here. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. This little blower motor here, little fan, and more or less put it right about there. So then I just need a nice little straight piece of ducting there. It'll just pull from this corner right underneath where the old fresh air intake is, so maybe it'll get some fresh air, a little bit of both, I guess. Just be a giant leak area into the cabin, honestly. Then all we have to do is get a little piece of ducting to go between the two of them, and we'll be golden. All right, so basically added 2 bolts to it, so now it's holding up by itself. It's pretty well on there. It's not the most sturdy thing in the world, but it's definitely going to work for what we need it to do. So I just need to get a little piece of duct cut up. I think I bought like 8 feet of it, so probably have plenty. So I'm gonna go grab some just to get it on here so we can call that done, other than, you know, wiring it up and then figuring out what I need to do to have the blower motor resistor still function. All right, ridiculous update number 67. So yeah, added the little ducting here. It's basically just like dryer ducting, more or less, but it should be fine. It holds itself up, connects the two together. Should be a significant weight savings. You know, I'm not really aiming for a whole bunch of weight savings or anything, but that should be significantly lighter than the original blower motor setup. So all that's left is to wire it in. I'm gonna hold off on that since I may reprint this with a hole or mounting location for blower motor resistor, or I'm honestly even debating whether or not to do something over here to have it basically make a plenum in the front, maybe aiming up or something, to try to pull some outside air and partially recirculate the air, but you know, maybe put the blower motor resistor in there. That's about location wise for the stock one anyway, so that may work out. Yeah, I guess let's see what else I can get into. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna end it here. I didn't get a whole lot done today. Yeah, it is what it is. I spent a lot of time contemplating over my handbrake kind of idea. So my buddy Colby gave me this old CNC handbrake, which, you know, it's the style one. So anybody that's been in drifting for quite a few years has seen these style of handbrakes. They were like the original staging brakes that people used. So I wanted to use it because it's kind of cool from a like nostalgia point of view to have this, you know, old style handbrake. But it's just kind of weird compared to the other parts that I have. So Cody also gave me his old Chase Bays handbrake to kind of use for parts to figure a setup out. But what I've come to find out is that the thread on this one is quite a bit smaller than the thread on these Willwoods. And then if I was to use the clevis that would work on the Willwood cylinder, I would have to open up the hole to the point where there'd be no meat left to it. So then I'd end up having to rebuild this. Probably have to like drill completely through it and then put a like weld a washer. So they would have some sort of structure left to it. So that's kind of weird. I would use the original like master, but they haven't sold these things in years, and I'm kind of afraid I'd put all the effort into mounting it and getting it in, and then the master wouldn't work. And I tried to take it apart to see if it was like rebuildable, you know, because if it's rebuildable, then okay, cool, I can't get more of them, but I could rebuild it. But it doesn't look like I can feasibly take it apart, at least not with the tools that I have. So I guess we're back to square one. So if anybody has any cool ideas, I may talk to someone about getting maybe a custom clevis made that has the larger diameter screw threads for the Willwood, but then I can still use this handle, because I still kind of want to use this handle. It's chrome, it's cool. And get the blue changed to red to match the interior, and it'd be, you know, of all of them, this would be pretty sick if I'd be able to keep that. So, you know, I'll give that a shot. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a thought and see if there's something I can come up with that'll work. But I guess we'll pick this back up tomorrow. See you next time. All right, so bonus, I guess, outro. I don't know. After watching back my explanation, I started to second guess a lot of the stuff that I did. So I messed with it a little more and found that I just wasn't putting the clevis on straight. So the threads are actually the same. So back to my original idea of essentially what I'm going to do is make a new mount. So not use this mount, but use this generic Woolwood master cylinder that the Chase Bay stuff comes with. And then make a custom mount so that I can use my old school ASD or CNC handbrake, and then try to tuck that underneath the whole radio bezel area setup. Because yeah, like this one's set up right now to be a pull style or reverse pull style or whatever. So it takes up quite a bit of room, so we're gonna need to redo this in a way that makes it super tucked low to the mount. So I guess look forward to that in the next coming videos. But until then, see you next time.